All this week, we're looking at climate change and its impact specifically on Connecticut. The power we use every single day is generated almost entirely from natural gas and the Millstone nuclear plant in Waterford.
But you know what? Soon there's going to be a new source of renewable, clean energy powering the homes in New England every time the wind blows. NBC Connecticut's Ryan Hanrahan is here with that story. Ryan.
Yeah, offshore wind is going to revolutionize Connecticut's power grid. It's new, it's surprisingly cheap, and soon giant wind turbines will be popping up off the coast of Rhode Island and Massachusetts, powering hundreds of thousands of homes throughout New England.
If you've been to Block Island in the last several years, you've seen this, a farm of towering wind turbines spinning off Mohegan Bluffs. You can see them for miles and miles. Block Island is the first offshore wind farm in America, but it won't be the last.
The areas that are currently designated as wind energy areas in southern New England are known affectionately as the Saudi Arabia of wind.
New England's fickle weather, from nor'easters to tropical storms, make it perfectly suited for wind power. Connecticut and Rhode Island entered an agreement with Eversource and Ørsted, a Danish company, to build 700 megawatts of wind turbines halfway between Martha's Vineyard and Block Island. It'll be called Revolution Wind.
Offshore wind is one of the most exciting resources that we're seeing in the Northeast right now.
Mary Sotos is the Deputy Commissioner for Energy at DEEP.
We've been working together with our neighboring states to be able to purchase large quantities of this wind.
Offshore wind power is going to be around for a very long time and providing clean, renewable power at competitive rates to ratepayers in New England.
So what will it look like? Connecticut's first offshore wind farm will begin construction in 2021 and be operational by 2023. The 70 turbines will power roughly 100,000 homes in the state and an additional 250,000 homes in Rhode Island.
A commitment to revitalize and develop the harbor here in New London was one of the reasons why Ørsted's bid was so attractive.
We're seeing a real commitment to work with our sort of prize port because it has so many features that are really well suited to being able to assemble these large components.
Ørsted, Eversource, and the state will invest $93 million into New London's State Pier, creating jobs and building the infrastructure to support the burgeoning wind industry from New Jersey to Cape Cod.
There will also be additive investments and additive economic development benefits that come from companies in the supply chain that will participate, compete, and win to help build America's first round of offshore wind farms.
Well, this is the state's first foray into offshore wind. There's no sign of the momentum slowing. The legislature is contemplating upping the state's commitment to wind energy in the future, with up to a third of our power coming from wind in the coming decades.
So the wind energy sounds great, reduces the carbon footprint. What if the wind stops blowing?
Well, that's what everyone asks.
Yeah.
What happens if the wind dies down? Sometimes you get a calm day. Well, the answer is we're never going to be 100% wind. You just can't. But there's a lot of investment and a lot of research going into large-scale industrial batteries, which can help store some of the wind, but also you're never going to be 100%. So the state is thinking in the future, in a couple decades, maybe we get a third of our power from wind, but right now it's zero. So that is a huge increase and something, every little bit helps.